Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Mindful Monday. Um, Apologize that this is a little bit later than normal. I actually just got off a call with some folks that I'm doing a business venture with, and it's all about personal development as well as helping people grow and expand their business and increase their sales. But with that, we actually have a lot of veterans in our group, and so we were brainstorming, hey, how can we make this more impactful for those veterans? Can we create a weekly or monthly or something get together where we make a safe space for these veterans to, talk about whatever it is they're going through, whether that's coming back from deployment, going through deployment, transitioning to civilian life, which can be very challenging for some individuals. So it's something that's near and dear to my heart because that's something I struggled with a lot and have seen a lot of my friends struggle with. And wanted to share that since I do have a lot of veteran friends on here on Facebook. And if that's something that you could see being valuable to you as a veteran, please reach out. If you have any ideas, let me know. And let's just get connected and have a conversation. Would love to chat about it. But with that being said, let's get back to the Mindful Monday. So just to review, last week's quote was, "As long as you are fighting something, you are giving it power." Really great quote, and I encourage you to go back and listen to last week's talk about that, and give your opinions on that, give your thoughts on that quote as well. This week's quote is, "Whatever the present moment contains, accept it as if you had chosen it." It's a very interesting perspective, but I think it really takes us out of the victim mentality that a lot of people find them in these days. I used to find myself in that mentality a lot of the times. And it also reminds me of a principle known as radical acceptance. This is something I recently learned about, and it's basically the idea that no matter what happens in life, whether it's expected or unexpected, you take it as it comes and you accept it as it is, right? You don't let it bother you, right? That could be, that's a lot easier said than done, but honestly, just hearing the words radical acceptance and thinking about what that means, for me, when I run into these situations, as long as I continue to plant that seed in my brain and grow on that idea, it's really helped me to deal with these stressful situations. Just say, you know what, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about this. Let me think about now, how can I deal with this moving forward? What can I control about this situation? How can we solve or resolve these issues that we're currently going through, right? And so really taking something that's outside of your control, accepting it, realizing it for what it is, accepting it for what it is, and then figuring out how we can get through this time so we can continue progressing forward in our life with whatever it is that we're striving to do or accomplish. So that's what that reminds me of. And then the question on the back of the card is, what lessons might my soul be calling in through my present circumstances? What lesson or lessons might my soul be calling in through my present circumstance? And this, I actually had an epiphany today on another one of our calls, what we call a mastermind call. This is where a group of us will get together, a group of folks, and we bring up some topics and we brainstorm collectively as a group. And the idea is, we lift each other up. We're more powerful together when we bring all of our minds together. And but in that experience today, I had the realization that all the things that I'm learning about in this business venture, where we're teaching what we call the drive system, right? It's all about what drives you, what motivates you, and it all has to do with your personality type, your specific personality type. So for me, and if you don't know the lingo, that's totally fine. Just bear with me for a second here. So for me, my drive type is I'm an executive. And what that means is that I feel importance when I have control, when I am winning, when I am setting goals and achieving goals, when I have security, when I'm providing, those types of things. And so what I realized today, the epiphany I had, is a lot of times when I'm trying to accomplish some goal, I'm trying to think of some deeper why, some deeper reason as to why I'm doing what I'm doing to keep me motivated. And that is absolutely critical importance. But what I never really thought to consider was that the goal itself, being an executive, the goal itself is a motivator. Just having goals and going after those goals with the sole reasoning of wanting to accomplish that goal, wanting to crush that goal. For me as an executive, maybe not for you, depending on what your drive type is, but for me as an executive, that alone is a motivator. And so absolutely, it's good to think about what are the reasonings behind this decision. And you can tie that also into your drive type. But then for me as an executive, the goal itself is also a motivator, and really leaning into that. I've been leaning heavy into this, setting goals, figuring out, man, where do I want to get in life? How do I get there faster? What do I need to do? And setting goals to do that. And every time I crush one of those goals, it brings me a little bit closer to that sort of idealistic thing that I am striving for. And, I understand a lot of it's about the journey, right? A lot of people will say that, hey, it's about the journey. It's not about the destination. Part of the journey is going through that, learning things, all the things you learn as you go, and then, but working toward accomplishing those goals and then setting the next one. So for me, that's something that motivates me. For you, that might be horrid. That might be complete turnoff to what drives you, and that's fine, right? But you have to figure out what is your drive type, so you understand your internal motivations, so you can tap into that and you can really stay motivated in a way that's true to yourself. So that's the realization I had. I will post this in the comments. Please, provide your input, your insights, your opinions on what I have to say, as well as your response to the card and the question as well. Love getting feedback on these. If you're not comfortable sharing with the world, totally cool. You can just journal about it yourself and just give me a thumbs up, or shoot me a message if you want to talk about it offline, and I'm always happy to do that. So with that, enjoy the rest of your night and have a great week.